Have you ever felt it? A quiet shift in the scenery of your life. A feeling that the world you once knew by heart is starting to speak a new, silent language. Perhaps you're finding yourself awake at 3 a.m., not with anxiety, but with a strange sense of calm curiosity. Or maybe you're walking a path you've walked 1,000 times before, but for the very first time, you notice how the light filters through the leaves. Most people call these moments coincidence. They dismiss them as random, a trick of the mind, a flicker of sentimentality. They're taught that the universe is a machine, impersonal, predictable, and silent. But ancient wisdom teaches us something profoundly different. It tells us that the universe is not silent at all. It is alive, it is conscious, and it is always in communication with you. This communication doesn't always come in thunderclaps or grand visions. It often comes in the humblest of forms, through the creatures that walk, crawl, and fly beside us. During a spiritual awakening, as the veil between your inner world and the outer world thins, these messengers become more and more apparent. They are not random, they are reflections, they are guides, and ignoring them is like ignoring a hand outstretched to you in the dark. Today, we will walk this path of awareness together. I will guide you through the messages of 5 specific animal messengers that often appear when your soul is ready to awaken. By the end of our time together, you will not only understand what they mean, but you will have a clear map to recognize the sacred language the universe is speaking directly to you. Our journey begins with the guardian of the night, the keeper of secrets, the owl. The laws of nature reveal that the owl is a master of the darkness. While the rest of the world sleeps, the owl sees. Its eyes are not designed for the glaringly obvious light of day, but for the subtle, nuanced truth that only emerges in the quiet and the stillness. Have you ever found yourself in a period of profound confusion? Anchor, it feels like walking through a thick fog. You know you have a life-changing decision to make about a relationship, a career, a path, but every option seems unclear. The advice of others feels hollow, and your own mind just goes in circles. You lay awake at night, yearning for just one sign, one moment of absolute clarity to light the way. And then, in that moment of stillness, you hear it, the gentle hoot of an owl outside your window, or you see an image of one unexpectedly, and it stops you in your tracks. This is not a coincidence. This is a call to stillness. Had ascent from a space of deep awareness, we find that the owl arrives when your soul is asking you to stop looking outside for answers and to begin looking within. Just as the owl can see through the literal darkness of night, it is a living symbol of your own intuition, your innate ability to see through the illusions and confusion that cloud your mind. Its message is simple, yet transformative. Be still. The truth you are seeking is not in the noise of the day, but in the wisdom of your inner silence. The owl does not offer you easy answers. It offers you a far greater gift, the ability to find your own. It asks you to embrace the unknown, the darkness, not as something to fear, but as the fertile ground from which all true wisdom grows. When the owl appears, you are being guided to trust the part of you that already knows. The second messenger comes not with stillness, but with a profound and beautiful restlessness. The butterfly. In all of ancient wisdom, there is no more powerful symbol of transformation than the butterfly. Its life is not a linear path, but a series of complete rebirths. It begins as a humble caterpillar, dissolves into what seems to be nothingness within the chrysalis, and emerges as something utterly new and unbound by the earth it once crawled upon. Think about the time you experienced a painful ending. An anchor. It could have been the loss of a job you thought defined you, or the end of a relationship that was your entire world. The experience leaves you feeling formless, like you've been completely dissolved. Your old identity is gone, but the new one hasn't yet been born. It's a disorienting and often frightening space, the sacred space between an ending and a beginning. And in this period of emotional limbo, you start to see them. Butterflies. A single one landing on your hand, a swarm of them in a park, their image appearing over and over. This is the universe sending you a profound message of hope. Hannah sent, the appearance of the butterfly is a sacred confirmation that where you are is not a breakdown, but a breakthrough in disguise. You are in the chrysalis. The feeling of being dissolved is not a sign that you are lost. It is a sign that the old you, the old limitations, the old stories, the old pain is being alchemically transformed into something new. The butterfly teaches us that true change requires a complete surrender of who we used to be, so that who we are becoming can take flight. It doesn't promise that the process will be painless, but it does promise that it will be worth it. It reminds you that on the other side of this dissolution is a freedom you have not yet known. When the butterfly appears, you are being invited to trust the process of your own becoming. The third messenger often arrives with a feeling of discomfort, even fear, for it speaks of a healing so deep, it requires you to shed your own skin. The snake. Few creatures are as misunderstood as the snake. Across cultures, it has been feared, but in nearly all spiritual traditions, it is revered as a master of healing, rebirth, and life force energy itself. The snake's power lies in its eternal cycle of renewal. In order to grow, it must shed its old, restrictive skin. It doesn't cling to what is dead. It releases it and emerges renewed. Now, bring to your awareness a habit, a memory, or an old wound that you carry with you. Her anchor, maybe it's a deep-seated belief that you are not good enough, born from a painful childhood experience. Maybe it's a pattern of entering into the same unhealthy relationships over and over. You've tried to think your way out of it. You've tried to ignore it, but it remains a tight, restrictive layer around your spirit, limiting how far you can grow. And as you become aware of this limitation, you suddenly see a snake in your garden, or dream of one vividly, or see its coiled form in art or media. This is a powerful signal that the time for superficial change is over. The time for true healing has arrived. An ascent from a space of deep awareness, we find that the snake appears when you are ready to engage in the most profound work of your awakening, releasing the past that lives within your body and spirit. The old skin represents the stories, traumas, and identities that are now too small for the person you are becoming. Shedding it is an act of courage. It requires you to look at the wound directly, to feel the discomfort, and to consciously choose to release it so that you can grow. The snake is the embodiment of the Kundalini energy, the dormant spiritual life force that, when awakened, facilitates this deep healing and transformation. Its appearance is not a curse, but a profound blessing. It is a sign that you possess the inner strength to heal at the deepest level and be reborn, whole and renewed. When the snake appears, you are being called to shed the past and reclaim your vital energy. And as you begin to walk this path, if you ever feel that your own growth has gone unnoticed, or that this journey is yours alone, take a moment. Pause. Remember that you are part of a community of souls, all walking their own paths back to awareness. Right alongside you, if the wisdom we are sharing here resonates with the truth in your own heart, I invite you to subscribe. Join our circle so we can continue to walk this transformative journey together. Our fourth messenger arrives not from the ground, but from the heavens, offering a gift that every awakening soul desperately needs. The hawk. The hawk is the visionary of the animal kingdom. It soars at altitudes we can barely imagine, and from this height, it sees the world with breathtaking clarity. It does not get lost in the confusing details of the forest below. It sees the entire landscape, the patterns, the connections, the path forward that is invisible from the ground. Have you ever been so stuck in the middle of your own life's problems that you couldn't see a way out? Hankar, it feels like being in a maze. You're overwhelmed by daily dramas, worries about the future, regrets from the past. You try to solve one problem, only to find 3 more have appeared. Your perspective has become small, trapped, and consumed by the immediate struggle. You look up at the sky, pleading for a sign, for a higher perspective. And there, circling effortlessly above you, is a hawk. This is a direct answer to your call. It is a message from Spirit itself. Harasent, ancient wisdom, teaches that the hawk appears when you are being invited to rise above the drama of your own story and see your life from a soul's perspective. The challenges that feel so overwhelming from the ground are, from the hawk's view, merely part of a much larger, beautiful pattern. It is a powerful messenger reminding you to connect with your spiritual awareness, your inner observer, the part of you that is not consumed by the problems, but is instead capable of seeing the wisdom within them. The hawk asks you, what if your struggles are not punishments, but assignments? What if your pain is not a dead end, but a doorway to a higher understanding? Its presence is a call to focus, to look at the bigger picture, and to trust that you are being guided, even when you can't see the full path from where you stand. When the hawk appears, you are being gifted with clarity, vision, and a connection to your higher purpose. And finally, our fifth messenger brings a teaching that balances the intensity of this journey. It reminds us that true power is not found in force, but in a quality we too often forget. The deer. The deer moves through the forest with a powerful combination of alertness and profound gentleness. It is highly sensitive and intuitive, yet it does not live in a state of fear. Its strength lies not in aggression, but in its grace, its compassion, and its unwavering connection to the heart. The deer embodies the truth that one can be both soft and strong, vulnerable and resilient. Consider a moment in your life when the path of awakening has felt harsh. High anchor. Perhaps the process of shedding your old self has left you feeling raw and exposed. Perhaps the world's noise and aggression feel overwhelming to your newly awakened sensitivity. You may even begin to mistake your sensitivity for weakness, believing you need to build walls, to become harder, to fight back. In this moment of inner conflict, you are driving down a quiet road, and a deer steps out from the trees, meeting your gaze with a profound sense of peace. This encounter is a sacred intervention. It is a reminder of the most gentle and powerful wisdom, Ha-Ascent. From a place of deep awareness, we learn that the deer appears when you are being called back to the path of the heart. It is a message to lead with compassion, not only for others, but most importantly for yourself. Your sensitivity is not a flaw, it is a spiritual gift. Your gentleness is not weakness, it is the highest form of strength. The deer teaches you to navigate the challenges of your life with grace, not force. To be alert, but not anxious. To be kind, even when the world is not. It reminds you that the spiritual journey is not a battle to be won, but a homecoming to be felt. It is about returning to your own innocent, peaceful, and loving nature. When the deer appears, you are being guided to walk your path with unconditional love and gentle courage. These creatures, the owl, the butterfly, the snake, the hawk, and the deer, are far more than just animals. They are keys. They are facets of your own unfolding consciousness, mirrored back to you by the loving intelligence of the universe. The owl is your innate wisdom, waiting in the silence. The butterfly is your capacity for transformation, promising that every ending is a new beginning. The snake is your power to heal, inviting you to shed the skins of the past. The hawk is your higher self, offering you a vision of truth. And the deer is your compassionate heart, guiding you home. Do not dismiss these signs as mere fancy. The world is alive with meaning, and you are just beginning to relearn the language. These animals are not here to save you, but to awaken the part of you that was never lost. The part that knows how to save itself. Your journey is sacred. Your path is unfolding perfectly, and you are never, ever alone. If you feel a calling to continue on this path of discovery, to deepen your commitment to your own growth and awakening, then make a promise to yourself now. Let your subscription to this channel be your first act. A declaration that you are ready to listen, ready to grow, and ready to become the person you were always meant to be. Trust the signs, but most of all, trust yourself.